Pajama Sam in There's No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside. A game that's been spoken of, sure, but never to the level that I want it to be, never to the extent. Some may call this an extreme case of neurodivergence gone too far, and they'd be right, but I myself call it an opportunity. The thing that hooked me to the game as a kid and kept it percolating in my mind ever since was the world. For the same reason I loved The Nightmare Before Christmas and that one episode of Winnie the Pooh where they went to the underworld to grant Tigger's birthday wishes and teach him of his own hubris, Pajama Sam's Land of Darkness was a beautiful juxtaposition of friendly and eerie, intriguing and odd. Now add on the humor, the references that I'm still clocking today, and characters so lovable and absurd, and you have the reason why this game has meant so much to me over time. And now it's the reason why I'm insanely excited to announce today's special guest. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
It's nice to be here.
If it's okay, we'll jump right in. Could you introduce yourself to the people at home and, if you could describe your role at Humongous and Pajama Sam in general?
Okay. I'm Dave Grossman. I'm a long-time author of adventure games for both adults and kids. We are about to look at Pajama Sam, which was my first foray into writing stuff for kids. I had been doing it for grown-ups at LucasArts for about 5 years, and then wandered off into the freelance world, and a friend of mine, Ron Gilbert, who was the founder of Humongous Entertainment, called me up one day and he said, we're working on a kid's game and the protagonist is a little bit weird and the tone is a little bit weird and you're a little bit weird, so would you write it? And so I did, and I did subsequently a number of other kids titles with them, and a few with some other outfits as well.
Sweet. Perfect. Thank you. Yes, I mean, we're going to be, for the purposes of this video, we'll focus pretty much on Pajama Sam 1. We're keeping it narrow. I know there was a great interview by Chris up a couple years ago where you talked about, your career as a whole. So we're keeping it narrow for this one. So I know in the beginning, we're getting into my personal theories already, because I saw on your website
Excellent.
that you have a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns, and I know that Sam was initially Pumpkinhead Boy. Was that your idea?
No, it wasn't. Actually, so for this game in particular, unlike any of the other Humongous titles that I worked on, I came in a little late to the process. Okay. They were already working on this for a little bit before they realized that they needed me. Mm-hmm. So he was Pumpkinhead Boy for a little while, and I think somebody eventually realized two things, one of which was it's hard to sell a game year-round when the main character looks like a jack-o'-lantern. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of limiting, and maybe not the greatest idea for a struggling young studio. And also that it's hard to do expressions for your character when they have a pumpkin on their head all the time. And so they decided to take off the pumpkin and put on a mask instead. And he became, for a little while, he was Bedhead Boy.
Yes, I remember
which,
seeing that.
I believe explains the hairstyle.
Yeah.
And then he became Pajama Sam. And at some point in that process, he may have still been Pumpkinhead Boy when they first contacted me, but by the time we really got into it, he was going to be Pajama Sam.
Okay, that's funny. I had convinced myself in my head that was you because of the pumpkins on your website. So that's
not funny. Unreasonable. I certainly do. I have a long-standing habit of jack-o'-lanternry. If anyone out there has seen my website, it has a sort of a series of jack-o'-lanterns that starts in about 1996, 95 maybe, and goes through to the present day. But one of my cousins recently brought me a photograph that she had. I don't know why she had it actually, which is me, and I'm about 5 years old, and I'm carving a jack-o'-lantern. So that's going to be coming to the site soon.
That's great.
Good.
Oh yeah, That website is great. I'm going to have it linked for everyone because that was one of the ways that I found out to contact you a couple years ago now. I was looking up people to do with the game, like I do, being a super fan, being also a little bit weird, connected hard to the game early on. So then looking up stuff about it later, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is the person who wrote it. Oh, this website's great. Oh, this website's weird. Okay, this is cool. We're going to get along. So, I highly recommend everyone check out that website. Cool sculptures, too, but I'm going to stay on topic. I know you joined Humongous in 94 when you came from LucasArts to Humongous, and so you said you joined a bit late.
I never actually joined the company. I was working freelance that whole time.
Okay.
So, and it was an interesting kind of a relationship because we would get together and we would plan out the game and we would make a story of the puzzles, and we would do that really fast. It was usually like a kind of a 3-day summit or something.
Oh yeah, like a game jam.
Yeah, like a game jam. With beer, and and then I would go off and just sort of write a script. It would take about 12 weeks, and they would they always wanted me to like be giving them updates constantly, but I was unprepared for that. I was still kind of young, and it's hard to have the confidence to have somebody looking over your shoulder while you're working. So what I would do is I would do stuff for about 6 weeks. I would write about 2/3 of the script, and then I would send them that. And then I would do the rest of it, and I would send them that. And then I would do some revisions for a little while they were kind of figuring out, these testing stuff, and this isn't going to quite work. Can you redo this part? And then I would have to walk away, and they would just make the game. And that's a little bit jarring as a way to work. Except that I knew Braun really well already because we had worked together at LucasArts for a bunch of years, and I trusted them. I trusted them to do right by it, and that trust was never misplaced. They always, the game would come out, and I would play it, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is great," and I love how they made this look, and good stuff.
Nice. All right, so then you weren't super involved in any of the look or feel of that, or.
Mostly not. No, that was mostly Rhonda Conley, who was the lead artist
right.
on all the Sam games, and like I said, with the first one, it was already sort of developed. They had some art for Sam and some of the other characters, and sort of knew what they were going to look like. But I would put some rudimentary descriptions of stuff in the scripts I was writing, and maybe they influenced how people looked and felt.
All right, nice. And then that kind of flows into the question from friend Cass, who's, whoa, my microphone is migrating. Okay, hold still.
They work better if they stay in one place.
Yeah, if you see it migrating and I don't notice, please tell me. But question from Cass, the general workflow, you touched on it before how you were freelancing, but for Humongous in general, there's just painfully little information on Humongous, so any tidbit is great. But general workflow, like were there teams working on multiple games simultaneously, or was it usually one main game that kind of everyone was focused on, and then the next one once that one was finishing up?
Yeah, by Pajama Sam time, there were multiple things going on, and the company grew pretty quickly, it seems like, for a studio. I mean, they were always, trying to stay stable. These games were not super long schedule. I want to say 9 months to a year, something like that. And
tight turnaround.
And they would put them, and so and they have a long lifespan. Like they don't. You can sort of build up a whole library of stuff, and once you've got that out there and it's all selling, then you have some income. You can hire a few people. And make more games. And eventually it did, before the end there, it got fairly complicated, and they were wanting me to do like 4 games a year, and it was, it just got a little overwhelming.
Yeah, a little much.
At that time, I was a guy who liked to take the summers off, and somehow it always wound up I took the winters off instead. But.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up the game.
I always,
Okay, I'm not scared.
Sam's voice always
Okay, I'm
gets to me.
scared.
Oh yeah, Pamela Adlon, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, she was Pamela Siegel at the time, but, you know, she's, like, famous now, and, like, has a show on TV where she's, like, her own actual human self. But she has done a lot of voice work and a lot of little boys, and in particular, Bobby Hill from King of the Hill is her, and, like, every time I watch that show, I hear Pajama Sam, and it's
Sometimes OBS decides not to record the overlay that has our little pictures on it, and that's kind of a big deal. Come on now. Yeah, now hang on, let me restart the game and I'll just click through the beginning part and then we'll keep chatting.
I think you should leave all this in the stream, by the way.
Oh, definitely.
Just showing the... Speaking of people looking over your shoulder while you work and seeing the butter get churned.
Oh, yeah.
Good knowledge for aspiring podcasters.
In the bowels of an old power plant, it's sister...
Flowers hatching, okay.
Hey, one of my socks! Mom said I should pick these up. This is where I'll put all the socks I find.
You're playing the game.
All right, well, I have given up on making our little faces show up, and if they show up in the recording later, cool.
We might just randomly be in there.
Yeah, but we are heard, and that is what matters. So, okay, back to what you were saying before I had 10,000 technical difficulties. You were saying that there weren't any physical comics for Sam 1.
I don't think there were.
I think you're right.
Remember that coming up later as a later idea, me going, oh yeah, cool, I'm gonna write that, and then going, okay, great, you can write that, and then later saying, actually we have somebody internally who wants to do it, and I think it was Augie Pagan was the person who eventually wrote those, and they're actually really fun, so I don't mind.
No, I caught that Augie Pagan Easter egg in the Doors of Knowledge later. Love that.
Was there an Augie Pagan?
Yeah. He's one of the false answers for something. I caught it on one of the more recent streams I did, and by recent I mean a couple years ago now.
Interesting. I wonder if it's in my script. No, it isn't. They added that later.
Oh, you have your script up.
Interesting.
I
do have the script and check
that's
stuff. Yeah, sometimes it's interesting to see what's different between them.
No, I love that. That's definitely the sort of thing I want to hear about. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna try one more thing. Whatever.
Is it working?
No. It's fine. I'm gonna stop being sassy at my computer and we're gonna focus. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask about, we talked about Pamela Adlon, Pamela Siegel for a minute there, but I wanted to ask as well, because I know she was in Grim Fandango, which, as far as I'm aware, you did not work on, but I know was a LucasArts.
Yeah.
And this is another one of my personal conspiracy theories, where I was wondering if she was remembered because she played one of the little skeleton kids. I suppose it's redundant to say a skeleton person in Grim Fandango. She played one of the kids, and doing pretty much the same voice as Sam, just like, hey, I'm just a little scrappy guy, and
that's pretty good. You're hired.
But I was thinking that she might have been remembered and asked to come back or something, but I suppose that would have been after you stepped away, right?
Yeah, I wasn't there anymore, and I don't know that there was any particular connection there. Yeah, my only involvement with Grim Fandango was Tim called me up one day, and he wanted to know if there was a better rhyme for Fandango than Tango, I think was what he. And I told him there wasn't, and I think that was about the end of it.
That's great.
I was doing I was doing my poem of the week by that time. So
Ah, nice.
he thought of me as a recognized authority on rhyming things.
No, because that makes the stream. Okay, no, I'm giving up.
You say that, but it sounds like you're constitutionally incapable of giving up. I don't think you can do it.
I'm stubborn. All right, Pajama Sam, you know? Yes, commentary. So now that we're actually in the game, if there's anything that you see, anything that you want to direct me to, you know, I have the controls, but you have the wheel, so to speak.
No, I don't really want the wheel, but
Oh, I could take the wheel, you know, but feel free to direct me toward anything that you want to talk about, anything that you remember in particular.
you were asking about sort of production realities, and like as you click around all the rooms, there are all these little random things that happen.
Yeah, click points.
That's right where it's supposed to
Yeah, like that isn't one of them. This
yeah,
is an
that's a real
actual
one.
How
like
did that happen?
moment
Now
in
I just
the
lose my
story, an
lunchbox
important
and my
like
flashlight.
piece of inventory picked up. But there are lots of little like if you click on the post ball glove, I think does something. So like part of the philosophy was let's make the environments really full so that wherever you're clicking, there's always something going on, even if it isn't like advancing the plot, because that's it's fun, and it's particularly fun for kids. And so there would be like a person on the project whose full-time job was just to make those, just sort of looking at the backgrounds and like, oh, what can I do with this? I'll make a little bug march out and play a little sound and stuff.
Can't ask Mom and Dad for help. I have to handle this by myself.
And these are the things that I always really loved as well as a kid, especially because, you know, this was my first adventure game, or rather humongous games were in general. So the fact that it was thought of, well, what if they ask for help? What if they wanted to do this? What if they wanted to do that? Like the giving the board back to the nice tree.
Oh yeah. So that's actually a very distinct part of my process when I'm writing a script for a game or designing a game or anything like that, because I feel like you need to maintain the fantasy, to keep people involved. You need to always be providing as much information about what's going on as you can. And I feel like any sort of reasonable action that the player might take should be rewarded with some kind of a response. So when I'm writing up a scene, I think about like all the things that are in the scene, and not just what's the critical path of how you solve puzzles, but also like what if you click on this and what if you click on that and what should he say or do there. So like that doorknob is like, oh yeah, there's a door. People might want to go out there and explore. I mean, people are definitely going to want to go out there and explore. So there needs to be some kind of a in context response for that. And then at the end, when I've got like tons of script all done, before I ship it off, I go through with like a list in my hand of what are all the inventory objects in the game that you could ever have, and what are all the click points in all the rooms, and I just kind of compare those to each other, and wherever there's anything that suggests some kind of a like either a hint for a puzzle or just an interesting response, then I go ahead and I put that in.
No, definitely. I was just trying to get him to stop tapping his foot. But no, it's one of the things that I love. Like, I know this is a second game one, but like if you use the crowbar on any person, it's like that wouldn't be very nice.
Yeah.
Or
the second game also, it has a Employee of the Month ribbon, and you can hand that around, and everybody has a fun little response.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's good.
That's great.
Nothing but clothes
Now the
here.
locations of the things in this room that you're picking up are randomized. I think each one only has 2 places that it can be.
I believe so.
But also the puzzles in the game, as you probably know by now, are also randomized, and there's sort of 2 main paths for each of the 3 principal objects that you're looking throughout the game. And that was just that was done for replayability, and all the humongous games are like that.
Well, yeah, and this was the first one, I know. Was that your decision, or?
No.
I know this was the first
of the humongous games to do that. No, that came from the top. Ron definitely wanted to do that. Was this the first one to do that? Interesting. Because because I worked on a Freddy Fish later. Oh, there's Freddy Fish over in the corner. You can see the picture is now Freddy. Yeah, the one with the hog rustlers. That was me.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a top level brass decision to do that to increase the replayability, and I don't think it was really necessary because much later I watched my own son play these games, and he didn't care that the puzzles were going to be the same. He just wanted to do the thing again and click on all the stuff and just kind of rehab the experience, and that's a really common thing for kids.
Okay, I'm ready to go into my
And
closet.
lots of other
and
companies
capture
didn't do
darkness.
that, and I don't think it specifically hurt them not to do it.
Yeah, it's always I've always, that's another thing I've always touted as a very unique thing about these games. All right, we're ready for action.
All right, I'm ready
Go for it.
action.
Let's get into the land of darkness.
Love this little montage. Checks himself out on the
All
mirror,
right,
make sure he's
darkness,
good to go.
here comes Pajama Sam.
My son does like to
Is anybody in here?
dress up and pretend he's a superhero or
Darkness?
pretend he's
Hello?
all kinds of things, really. And one time I was coming home from some conference on the train,
Oh,
and he came to pick me up, and he was dressed as Pajama Sam. It was really cute.
That's so cute.
Running up the platform, he had on blue pajamas and cape and the whole nine yards.
That's adorable.
He was holding a flashlight.
ta-da!
This is all much later, mind you. I didn't have any kids when I was writing these things.
Wow, this looks like where darkness lives, all right. I better go find him before Mom notices I'm gone. Well, there's no turning back now.
Now, so you mentioned about coming to the project later. The concept was already there, but the script was you. So I mean, where were the lines there? Like in terms of main story beats, that you came up with versus elsewise.
I think the main story beats were mostly done. I think the puzzles were somewhat designed, and I think some of them were not. So we did have a few conversations about just kind of filling in the gaps. The process is always gradual. So we had here's the framework, and we know what we want to happen in these areas, and we haven't really designed that part yet. And so we would just kind of chat about it, figure something out.
Yeah, like characters, King
characters
and such.
were.
Oh, I had no idea my
So the
closet
characters
was
weren't too
big
well
on the
fleshed out.
inside.
They were more mechanical at that stage. It's like,
Right.
oh, you get in the mine car and he takes you around. But the mine car didn't have any actual personality at that time.
Right.
Otto, the boat, who we'll see soon, does have part of his personality because it's necessary for the puzzle that he's kind of a fraidy cat and he's scared of the water. So that's that's just part of the setup. And then sort of breathing life into that was my job. Well, it's everybody's job, actually. Like, I put words in his mouth and thoughts in his brain, and then Rhonda makes him move like he should, and Pamela makes him, kind of brings the spirit out. So I think between the three of us, we're Pajama Sam, right?
Hey, a board. It's too
Good
far
setup
to
there.
reach.
Yup.
Too far to reach. I'm not a big fan of too far to reach puzzles, but it works. The voices are all fun in here. I didn't direct them, and it's probably a good idea that I didn't, because my tendency is always to downplay any sort of cartoonishness and ground everything a little bit. But that's not right for Pajama Sam. This should be pretty cartoony.
You can go.
I'm surprised to hear you say that after Tentacle.
Yeah,
Now
Tentacle
what do I
2,
do?
like, we would be listening to all the, we got actual cassette tapes with auditions on them for that. And I'm like, it's all so cartoony. And in fact, Bernard is kind of the least cartoony one. And I had a very specific idea of the specific actor who should play him. But everyone else is kind of like, Like a lot of them are same actor doing 5 different voices, and the voice people just convinced me like, oh, we do we need to differentiate these from each other. Is a good thing, and also the tone of Tentacle it's supposed to be a cartoon,
right?
That's like unlike Sam, it's like specifically referencing these old Warner Brothers cartoons, and you have to be in the middle of that and behave like a cartoon character and think like a cartoon character,
right?
So having the cartoony voices in that makes more sense. Are you gonna try again?
No, I found a new method. I'm moving. I turned the game into windowed mode, and now I'm moving us into this corner here. All right.
That's you. This was actually kind of a hard puzzle.
Oh yeah.
I watched my son try to do it. He needed it. Yeah, but there's so little that you can actually click on.
No, it's great.
Eventually, you're just like, oh wait, and then you feel really clever.
I really do remember the first time I figured it out. I do remember going like, oh,
you can borrow that if you like.
Thanks.
Good luck.
There you go. This is like a characteristic Sam thing. Like, we'd all made a bunch of adventure games by this time, and the typical habit of the protagonist of an adventure game is just to wander around and grab everything that's not nailed down. They're thieves, basically.
Yeah.
Just kind of swipe everything,
and
that's part of the fun
asks,
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's borrowing the rope. He's always got some, and if he finds something, he'll be like, I better see if I can return this to its owner or something like that.
Yeah,
because we want him to be, a good role model for kids. He's always sort of taking the high road on these things. If he does anything.
Oh, it makes sense. Hang on, I gotta turn notifications off now. Goodness me. And then I had every problem. Okay. Got it.
There's I was in a marketing phone call one time. I think it was maybe for one of the children's books that got written about Pajama Sam later. And
Another sock. I better pick it up.
Somebody
like
in the
Mom
call
said.
described him
Match up the
as
sock. Looks like
a little kid. She was like, oh, I love Pajama Sam. He's a little kid with attitude. And I just had to stop her, and I was like, wait. And to be fair, this was a time when the word attitude was being thrown around in marketing meetings as a synonym for just anything that you liked.
Yeah, just cool.
Yeah, and so I was like, I just want to be clear, like, Pajama Sam is like the most anti-attitude character you will ever find. Like, he's gonna go back and talk to that tree later if you click on the tree and apologize for losing that rope.
Exactly. No, I was gonna bring that up. I love that moment.
He's helpful to everyone, and he's always people tell him stuff. Even if he doesn't believe it, he's always nice about it.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like
that nice tree's not too
attitude
mad
is
that I lost the
absolutely
rope.
enthusiasm. I think
Yes.
is what she was
At
actually
least I got
after.
this great
It's
piece
what
of wood.
Sam has in spades. Like, all right, I lost my rope, but hey, I got this great piece of wood. I'm totally happy about it.
Exactly.
Real kid would be upset about the rope. And again, that's one of those kind of standard. Keep the inventory a little bit clear.
Yes.
Would you like to have this piece of
Another
wood
thing I
instead?
wrote about in game dev class about this game.
Ew, take it away. Take it away. Phew.
Yeah, I try to be realistic about that always. Like, if there's a reason that I can cause you to lose an item, I'll take it. But if I can't think of a good reason, then I just leave it in there uselessly for later.
No, it's a very
Another
clean. It's a very clean inventory in this game. There's not a lot of things that you end with at the end of the game that aren't like the core items.
That scary-looking place up there must be Darkness's house. I'll bet that's where I'll find him.
Can't resist talking about it every time we get to this scene. This is just one of the most beautiful pieces of artwork to me. It's so cool. And it's crazy. It's crazy how it ended up here, because I've seen the concept art for the house, and it was very straight up and down. It was in a pine tree at one point, and the fact that it ended up here in this very skewed. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, somebody was actually art directing that and thinking, no, it needs to be a little, a little more way out.
I know Derek McCoggin painted this one.
Oh yeah, and I know that you. This is part of my introduction to you. Is you built this in Minecraft? You built the model of the house just right at a time when my son and I were playing a lot of Minecraft together.
No, I remember that. That was
cool.
That was very cool. So where shall we go first? In our lovely crossroads.
Goodness, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? There's how far into the house can you even get now? I don't think you can get very far. The boat dock is fun.
All right.
You've got Otto down there, and I think you're more or less prepared for that. So that's a good one.
And again, because these were my first adventure games in general, the fact that in any given screen you can kind of see visually where you are going and like where you've come from. Like you can see the tree in this previous screen ahead of you, so you don't get lost, even though there's a lot of different screens, which I know can be a problem with huge games.
Yeah, although there is an aspect, I'm not sure exactly what a good example is from this game, of hiding some of the exits so that they're not obvious. And that was a humongous thing really throughout the run of that studio. That was part of the play was some of the places you can go are just a little bit hard to see, which is a point of philosophy I don't agree with. But it certainly is present in these games.
All right, so now you said Otto was, from a mechanical standpoint, before you got there, we knew he was going to be a bit cowardly, a bit, anxiety-ridden, but then what inspired Otto for you, like, when you were writing him, other than that?
What inspired me? Oh, my goodness. So, you're talking about something that happened in the 90s, close to 30 years ago. What was it, 1996, I think? So I'm not sure exactly what I was thinking about. I always sort of start with the requirements of the scene. So in making him a fraidy cat, I also made him kind of a long talker, because I wanted to sort of play that up with him, really like, oh, I don't know, should I do this? And like, not quite believing you. And so he gets a little bit wordy, which is often not a good idea for a character in a game, or really a character in anything that you're going to watch. Hal Barwood, I think it was, when we were at LucasArts together, he was a screenwriter by trade. And he once told me, Dave, if a character says 4 sentences in a row, that's one too many, keep it moving along, keep it punchy, keep it brisk, which is good advice, but it's also fun to absolutely break that advice once in a while. And there's a good scene later with Otto where we really break it, but you can interrupt it, so it's okay.
Hi.
Hello.
My name's Sam. I'm going to capture Darkness and put him in a metal lunchbox. After I find my lunchbox, I mean.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Sam. You can call me Otto.
A little exchange of pleasantries, always nice.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Again, with the polite Sam, he always approaches everyone with just like, hi. It's the thing that always cracked me up so much about this game is, it's a game fundamentally about fear, about confronting an abstract concept of your own fear made manifest. But it's the cheeriest little game in the world, and the juxtaposition of that always really delighted me as a kid. It's the world being so dark, but everyone's just, happy little people, objects.
Well, there's, nothing's actually particularly scary, because part of the whole point is there's actually nothing to be afraid of. It's just darkness, and that's no problem. So the whole game carries that theme. Plus, it's just, it's just nice. friendly environment. This is, by the way, one of my favorite adventure game interfaces. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
always sort of returning to this as a benchmark because, I was used to we were doing games for grown-ups where there were words in the inventory and verbs, and this cuts all that out. And so you basically just have a set of tools, and every time you pick up an object, that just becomes a new tool, and those are your verbs essentially in this game. It's like, okay, now we can piece of wood things, and so we just have to think about all that. But then it's always possible to just click on stuff, and something's got to be said, but it's more like just kind of set up for things. We haven't actually started this puzzle yet because we haven't done anything involving the water, and so that's why there's like the pleasantries between Sam and Otto. It's just like, well, what if you click on Otto before you've done anything? Just, hi,
and I do.
Yourself, have fun.
Going off of that, I do love that you can do things in so many different orders, and it always writes itself. Like if I just threw the wood in without asking to go across the water, Sam's just like, yeah, I just thought I'd do it.
Yeah.
But if you find out the problem first, then he does it with a purpose.
Yeah.
Would you give me a
Yeah,
ride
and that
across
is,
the
that
river?
is part
Oh,
of
no.
my job as I'm creating the script.
I
Is like
can't
cover
go
all
in
the
the
bases.
water, I think. I made
What
of
are all the
wood, you know.
possibilities?
But wood floats.
No, I don't think so. I had this friend, and he told me this story about his dentist brother who, he was made of wood, and he got in the water, and he sank.
Really?
Sam's
Straight to
faces
the bottom.
throughout
It's
these
so
are just
scary.
great.
I wish I'd been a car.
I think your friend was wrong. Wood floats in the water.
Oh, I wish that were true.
Like you were saying before, just the even when he disagrees, he's coming at it so politely. I think your friend was wrong.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and also he's providing a little context there. Like one of the things about writing for kids is context. Like kids are get underestimated by adults in terms of their sort of problem-solving capabilities. But actually, they're much better at adventure game stuff than grown-ups are because they're really open to the possibilities of everything. They think of stuff that adults have shut themselves off from thinking. So in terms of their flexibility, it's actually good. But what they don't have is a lot of context about facts about the world, such as wood floats in water.
Right.
So sort of always looking for opportunities to surface that stuff in case the kid who's playing doesn't know that yet. He might need to know. And so in this case, Sam himself is aware of that. He just brings it up.
Okay, check this out. It's wood, right?
Yes.
All right, now watch. See? It floats. Wood floats.
Yeah?
So you'll float too. Go on, give it a try.
I guess.
Teaching extrapolation, scientific experiments,
So
there's all
far,
kinds
so
of good stuff
good.
going on in this team.
Well, here goes nothing. I'm doing
I like his
it.
excitement
I'm
here too.
floating. Yahoo!
Now, Otto's my favorite, hands
boy,
down.
it
He's
is
so cute.
Great.
Yeah, he's super important because he is the first other character you meet who's really afraid of something. And you just help him out with it instantly, and he makes a breakthrough, and now he's so happy. That's just kind of advisory foreshadowing for Sam himself.
Definitely. Oh, now this bit here. I was wondering if this is a joke
Let's
that
go
an
sailing.
animator made,
Well,
or a joke that you
technically, we
wrote
can't
in.
do that since I'm not a sailboat because I don't have a sail. I know what you mean, but
This is also
technically you
great.
should say, let's go floating or something like that.
Sure,
he's
whatever you say.
A real stickler
Let's
about
go
words.
sailing.
Okay.
That.
I believe that is in the script, actually. I could look it up, but it was another one of those we got to get rid of the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want you trying to get that back.
Exactly. And then the fact that they both just conveniently look away for a second, just
Oh, that's probably not in the script.
yeah, that's great. I love that.
I see here. I've written a response though. For later, use hammer, nail, or pickaxe with the boat. you can try nefarious actions like that if you're that kind of a kid.
You know, I don't think I ever did that one. I really am still
Try it later on,
uncovering-
see what he said.
Yeah, I'm still uncovering jokes. There was like a whole other line in the kitchen that I never caught before. A couple years ago, and there is a recording of me like from live going like, I've never seen that line before, freaking out.
Nice.
Now, of course, one of my favorite parts here.
What was that?
That's a geyser.
A what?
A geyser. It's kind of a hot spring that spurts up water and steam every so often. It works kind of like a coffee percolator. Water
So,
in passages
the funny
deep down
thing
where the rocks
about
are
this
hot
part-
gets heated up to the point where it would normally turn into
This is my
steam.
favorite joke in the game.
Except it doesn't
Gratuitous
because of the
educational
pressure of all the
content.
other water on top of it. So it gets
I
really
will
hot.
get him to stop, but
I believe that came up with that together on a phone call. We were just talking about this scene, and I was going like, oh, there's a lot of stuff that I could write in here. Like, we'll just flash some stuff on the
are you just really interested in geysers, or was that just a coincidence, or just a plot?
Oh, well, it's just one of
Coincidence.
those things where so there's a geyser and it's part of a puzzle, and you sort of need to know what it does. And it's one of those weird things that kids are not going to know a lot about.
Yeah. So you need an info
So-
dump.
So I did a little research. I was always big on, do a little research, find out what the real story is. And this was early enough that there wasn't all that much information on the web yet about things. So I think I actually went to a library to do this. And I found a book that had a section on geysers, and I just looked up how they worked. And there's I'm curious because you seem to know the credits pretty well. In the script, I put a footnote of like, this is the book where I got most of this information. And
I didn't know it was
we
a direct
put
quote
it-
from a book.
Put it in the credits. It is not a direct quote,
Oh no.
but most of the information does come from a single
Right.
book with just here's the science behind how they work, and then
No, it's great.
I just worded it myself in Otto's voice.
Fair enough. So I've been on testosterone for like a year and a half, and I don't know if you've ever seen those videos that people make where they're showing their voice progress as they're doing some kind of transition or anything like that.
I don't think I've seen that in particular. No.
Well, yeah, it's, sometimes it's like, oh, hi, I'm this, this is 1 month on T. Hi, this is 6 months on T, right? I did mine a little differently. I am doing the geyser monologue. It's not finished yet, but there is a video. I'll send it to you after, but of just what I have so far, but of my voice progress just getting lower
that's-
and lower.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Geysers are primarily
I
found in
love that idea.
Wyoming, New Zealand,
great.
or Iceland. So I do know the whole thing by heart at this point, because of that.
How many? Wait, you said you're doing it what every month?
I started every month, but then I realized that was too fast. That was expecting too much progress too fast. So I've spread them out now. It's more when I start to notice, like, oh, I sound different now than I did before.
Yeah. Okay. So how many have you got?
Let's see. Hang on. That's a geyser. What a geyser? It's a hot spring. Spurts up water and steam every so often. It works kind of like a coffee percolator. Water in passages deep down under the rocks, where the rocks are hot. So it gets really hot and it turns into steam. And then pow! It erupts out. I'm like two-thirds of the way through, I think. So I'm spreading it out.
What I was? So you're doing the pieces of the monologue.
Yes. Yeah. I'm
you're not doing
like,
the whole thing.
No,
each
I'm
time.
doing a section at a time. Like either a sentence or half a sentence if it's a long one.
Yeah. Okay. So you picked that mainly because it's long enough that it'll show the whole progression.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Thought you might get a kick out of that.
I am getting a kick out of that right now.
This one was always hard for me because it involved clicking in a time, and when I was
Otto.
like
I'll be back
2,
soon.
3 years
Yeah.
old, I'm like,
I'll wait here.
Mom, can you help me? I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my son had difficulty with that one at first too. I think he was already about 5.
And navigating in the mines too, because you gotta click on the path so fast.
These trees have names.
Oh, do they?
I don't know if they're
Hi,
surfaced
my
in the
name's Sam.
game at all.
How nice.
But I was looking at the cast of characters, and they not everybody has a name in this. But
Yeah, if
these
there's anyone
guys
who has a
do.
name, please feel free to say it, because they may not be mentioned for sure.
Let's see, where is it?
This is Lost Lore.
Not lost. It's right here.
Hidden Lore.
Okay, yeah, they are called Valeria, Sebastian, and Algernon.
Algernon. That's great.
Snooty
Yes.
is in the description.
I'm going to capture Darkness and put him in my lunchbox.
Yes, well, why don't you run along and play then?
We have important tree business to discuss.
It's nice you can
Just
see the
where do you
Shmuel
think
back
you're
there.
going?
Oh, yeah, I
nowhere
have
really.
questions
I just
about the
wanted
wishing
to
well.
pass by.
Just barging through like
Okay.
that.
Without even asking permission.
He's got more
I've-
dialogue
Have
than
you no
everyone in the
manners?
game.
It is customary.
Does he?
No, this isn't
Well,
another
It's complicated,
customs
the
inspection.
situation.
I don't know that
You can take all my
for a
stuff.
fact, but I know that from
I assure you, we have no
clicking on him a
interest in
lot.
your
He's got a lot to
stuff.
say.
Phew, that's a relief. I'm sorry if I
Well,
offended
you gotta
Can
do
I
a little
pass
wishing.
through?
The wishing
No.
well.
No.
Yeah, he's got so many little
Exclusive
wishes,
room.
and then like
It's
the
for trees
the penny
only.
monologues.
Yes,
I
trees
love that guy.
only. Now, be off with you.
Yeah, take every opportunity to just say stuff. I don't know. Like, if you're writing some kind of a linear script or something, you have to sort of come up with ideas and pick one. But one of the beautiful things about writing for
Neat,
games
it's
is
all
you
to
can come
follow
up with a
along.
bunch of ideas and write all of them.
Maybe there's a frog in
There's
it or something.
Something you like
There's
about each
nothing
one,
here
then
at all.
then there's a lot there.
I think I'm stuck.
I do like this
Yeah,
as just a
I'm
bit of
definitely
slapstick.
stuck. I wonder how Pajama Man would handle this.
Yeah, and I like that. Oh yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember if that worked, but yeah, if you go to get into auto, he just falls out right away.
Yeah, it's one of those got to be able to interrupt this at absolutely any point in the animation. It's a little tricky for the animators sometimes
Damn
to
crazy loghead
set up
boy.
a kind of a steady state that can go anywhere.
Oh yeah, like his little loop.
Whoop.
Sam walking. We haven't actually talked about just Sam walking
yeah.
around, and
Good day, fellow
because he mostly
And a
doesn't.
good
Like
day
in a
to
lot
you
of
as well.
adventure games for grown-ups, you click on spaces
the person
on the
walks
screen, and the character sort of walks around.
Yeah.
But Sam doesn't do that. He finds a spot in the center of the screen, and then when you click on stuff, he hops over there. It's always there's a lot of special case animation of him sort of jumping over to things and kind of bopping around, and it's a great and subtle and possibly accidental way of just showcasing the amount of energy that he brings to everything.
Yeah, definitely. No, like I like if he's going somewhere, he usually winds up first and goes. He reminds me of this might be before your son's time. This was around my younger sister's age group. But that show Lazy Town, there's this character Sporticus, and whenever he would go anywhere, he would go dun, 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 and he would wind up and do this big superhero kind of thing before he would just run off normally. And it always reminded me of Sam's movement, and I like when he turns into a little red and blue blur too. That's always good.
That happens in my house a lot, but I don't think my son has ever seen that show.
Now, of course, then we have our Marxist carrot,
Is that my pajama Sam mask?
Yes.
baby's
This
first
map belongs
workers'
to the
revolution.
people.
It
Nice.
sure looks like my mask.
Property is theft, man. Anyway, I need the mask to protect my identity as the leader of the Salad Liberation Front.
The what?
The Salad Liberation Front. We're a group of veggies fighting against the course system. We're tired of being relegated to the salad. We want to be the main course.
Whatever.
right.
I just want my mask back.
I'll tell you what. The other carrots are being held prisoner in the refrigerator in Darkness's kitchen. If you help me free the carrots, I'll give you back the mask.
Okay, it's a deal.
Great. I'll come with you to the kitchen so I can direct the operation.
Okay, sure.
I just now.
Carrot is
Oh god.
he's of course he appears in the sequel
Oh yeah.
in the way that the other characters do not. 'Cause he was just sort of a beloved figure. We always tried to work him in.
Oh yeah, and he's got so much to say about like everywhere and everything too. He's like he's like a whole second examine.
Wake from your slumber, you slimy cucumber.
He like I went to college in Berkeley, so but it was the 80s, so there weren't that many people around like that. You got a little bit of sort of direct reference, but it's mostly just what I imagine Berkeley was like when we were there, you know.
No, he's great. I just now had the idea though that I should make like one of those cool punk battle vests with the carrot on the back painted on. Just property is theft, man.
Ooh,
That'd be good.
nice,
It'd be
yeah.
really cool. I'll make you one as a thank you. I do know that the color of the flowers indicates what playthrough that you're on.
Right, it does, because there's a puzzle based on it sometimes, and there isn't other times.
Yeah, it's not blocked off now, so we don't have to do the going through the boat oars one. This guy. Now, he has so much dialogue.
Well, is it just that he's got a lot to say about the wishes, or does he have a lot of setup for the...
It's mostly unrelated. It's mostly just he depending on if you click on him or if you click on the pennies or anything, he's just like,
Hey, Penny.
he'll just keep going on. I could not get him to
I
leave.
wish.
I wish the grass were greener here.
Why are you wishing? I threw the penny in.
Who's the wishing well here, you or me?
Oh.
Yeah, I like that he does the wishing. I was thinking a
wish
lot
for a
about
penny. Oh, good heavens, I've got my wish already, haven't I? Thank you.
Alice in Wonderland while writing this character in particular. In general, I was sort of keeping that top of mind with this game, but he in particular exemplifies the kind of circular thinking that I think
Yeah, very Mad Hatter.
has a lot. Yeah, just sort of like all these characters are sort of locked in their own little logical world. Bust them out, but you just kind of need to participate
Right.
in whatever madness they have going on. In this case,
No, it makes
dumping
sense.
the water down so that it can go down and fill the rivers so that he can pull the water up and
Yep.
dump it down. It's just
Continuing.
gotta be done.
No, it's funny that you. I'm glad you mentioned that because I accidentally skipped my question before. It's very Alice in Wonderland, but like, were there any other inspirations for like just the story in general? Because I mean, it's so cerebral, and Pajama Sam tend to be a little bit more cerebral than the other humongous games. I was wondering, yeah.
Well, it was part of the idea that this game was going to skew slightly old. The rest of the titles had. They were just trying to expand the repertoire, and I think it's recommended for 5 to 8 or something like that. But I think also what you're seeing is we talked about this right at the beginning of the process with them, was we need to be writing for the kids, but we are also anticipating that they'll be playing with an adult in the room, and we need to entertain those people too.
Right.
So that became a super interesting writing challenge, because the adults aren't going to like all of the kids' jokes, and the kids are going to miss some of the adult jokes. And so you have to just sort of make sure that, like, if you're writing something for the grown, either it will pass completely unnoticed, or more likely, you just give the kid a different reason to laugh at it, like you use a funny sounding word or something, just anything to kind of explain why the adult might be laughing at something that the kid doesn't notice, because that's sort of, that can be kind of jarring, like, why is dad laughing? Now I'm unhappy because I don't know what's going on. So there is there's a fair amount of sort of lofty content in for adults, and part of it is just me wanting to write about something and not feeling like I'm really like I trust the kids to sort of understand some concepts, right?
Right.
Just, they'll get it at some level, at some point.
No, exactly, and the at some point is key, because I mean one of the reasons why one of the many reasons why this game sticks with me so many years later is because I mean there literally are jokes that like I got last year versus I'm 30, so I played this when I was probably 2, so
And I do take it as a when I'm writing these things, and I thought about this a lot on Return to Monkey Island, which is the most recent thing that I put out. I like to do a lot of layers of things in the game. So there's stuff that you see just by playing the game, and you're going to see it no matter. And then there's I want to reward exploration, so there are little things around the edges find. And I want to reward consideration, so there are going to be some jokes that you might not get right away, that it'd be kind of subtle. And I even want to reward, if I can, study, so I try and put some kind of lofty themes and stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
And I just feel like this is how you write a game that people will still be interested in some years down the line, because it does reward you on all these levels. So the more time you spend with it, the more you're getting out of it. And if it's a kid's game like this, that's even one more aspect that you can take advantage of. Is like, if you revisit this like in another year, you yourself will be older, and you're gonna have more context, and you're gonna understand more stuff.
Definitely. I always think about the wisest man is he who understands that he understands nothing. And
I better put my
is that in here? Is that in this one?
Yep. In the lab, in the science lab, one of the one of the potions
tree
gets
coming
that
through.
Good day to you,
oddly
fellow
menacing rat guy who says that to you. He's like a weird rat clown, and then fast forward to me, college, taking my first philosophy class and going, oh yeah, I know that from Pajama Sam.
Well, I took those same philosophy
I don't
classes.
feel so good.
Given to sort of silly philosophical one-liners like that. Just find them.
If you want to go across, you'll have to pay a toll.
How much is the toll?
1 pound of gold.
Yeah. So you said you thought you were going into academia. Did you end up in game writing kind of by accident, or?
I did. Yeah. I was actually on an AI path, studying computer science and stuff.
That looks like one of Dad's
Sort of
socks.
soured
I wonder how
on
it
not
got here.
the material specifically, but just the whole like, this is what it's like to be a professor and be in a university forever. And I had taken a year off between undergrad and graduate school, and I really enjoyed that year, just sort of being in the world, doing stuff. And I was like, I want some more of that. I think I'm gonna go and get a job and learn stuff in the world instead of continuing school, at least for now. And then I just kind of stumbled into, like, there was just an ad for people to make games at LucasArts, and I was like, that sounds fun, and it's not like morally questionable in the way that designing missile systems is. So I applied for that, and I got it. I'm still doing it all these 36 years later. So yeah, kind of by accident, actually.
That's the good stuff. Going back to what you said way before about the interface, one thing that I love about the art direction in Pajama Sam and just Humongous Games in general is because you always have the inventory system down here. The foreground is almost always very, very dark, or in just like these two-tone kind of shadowy, so that it's not too busy
Everything
down
tastes
here.
better with cheese. Power to the parsley.
Yeah, I think we did that in some of the later Lucas titles too. I remember Peter Chan always drawing these interesting foregrounds for like Tentacle, and got things after that too. And we would We would always have to clonk him over the head with a stick and be like, "You put these objects in here that would be useful for puzzles. Take those out. It has to be less interesting." So.
I'm pretty sure that won't work.
Now I realize I missed a trick apparently because I just saw you take the carrot and try and use it on the toll bridge. And if I ever get the chance to add anything to this game, which I won't, but if I ever do, I'm gonna write something for that because totally the carrot should try and talk his way through the bridge toll. This should be a very sort of capitalist versus communist kind of moment should be happening there between those two characters. That's an interesting dialogue that is unexplored, sadly.
It's an oil can. And there's some oil in it.
It's just a whole idea that rusty things can be cured by putting oil on them is it's weird. It gets used over and over in an adventure game puzzle.
Yeah.
Really all that realistic. So.
No, it's like there's the meme that's like video games taught me to always look in the box in the room and always fear lava and quicksand. I thought that was going to come up a lot more in my life. It's lava, quicksand. Always take the oil can. If you see an oil can, you're gonna need it.
God, he looks so grumpy right now.
I was gonna say
that frown.
I actually turned that face into an emote for my Discord because
oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just for some reason he just looks so mad down here. Doesn't make any sense.
It's sort of out of character a little bit. Does he look like that anywhere else, or is it just down
I think sometimes he just gets frustrated with you for taking too long, and that's.
Well, yeah, definitely the foot tapping.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I asked my friend who can program. I failed remedial programming, so it's not something I can do. But I asked my friend, "Hey, can you give me a modded version of Pajama Sam where everything is the exact same except it removes the foot tapping sound?" Because just for streams and stuff, if I'm sat talking about a screen for a while, I need him to be quiet.
Yeah. That's probably not that hard.
Yeah,
That's got to exist as a resource.
Let's do it again.
Somewhere that can just be
How
replaced
about
by
not right away, okay?
silent file.
Exactly.
I'll have it for you in an hour.
Thank you.
A lot of great music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's an odd graphical glitch. This isn't the one I was talking about, but this sock is consistently half there, and this is the Steam port only. This is.
Interesting.
Another sock.
But it's still there.
That did not look like a sock to me.
Okay, now here's the part. Here's the
I'm
part that I was talking
Pajama
about before.
Sam.
You'll
I'm
see
gonna
what
capture darkness and put him in a lunchbox.
That's great. My name's Mud.
Really?
No, not really.
Then why did you say it is?
Look, I'm sorry, kid. I'm just real depressed is all. See, I used to roll all over the place on this here track. Up, down, sideways, loop-de-loop. What a fun I had.
He froze.
But then I got rushed.
He used to go loop,
Yeah,
move his head around in a circle.
See, my wheels are rusted stiff, so I'm stuck right here on
The
this
steam
spot.
port-
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the
Move
steam
at
port
all.
messed that up.
Gee, that's too bad.
Yeah, especially in summer when the pigeons come down here for some shade.
I don't know how you messed that up.
Yeah, it's odd. It's like I don't know. I don't know enough about it to know how an animation like that could get skipped, but
Yeah, I mean, it could have been just there was some trouble with it that they just decided to take it out as the easiest thing.
well, oh my
Like-
god, this. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna digress to Day of the Tentacle. There's a scene in that where
capture darkness until
the
I
three of
find
the
all my
founding
Pajama
fathers of the
Sam
United
stuff.
States jump out of a window and fall to the ground. And it's pretty big on screen. There's a lot of movement in it. And it wasn't working. We couldn't get it to play. We couldn't figure out why until I realized that it was just slightly larger than 64K, the animation file. Wait, is there a size limit on animation engine? Turned out there was. So we in that case we just ended up, because there was a good pause in the middle, we split the animation in two, and it plays the first half, and then it leaves it there on screen while it loads the other half, and then plays the rest. But if something like that happened in here, you're doing a Steam port, you might just be like, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Let's just cut it out.
Well, and I know
That would be that exact thing. Something went wrong.
in the mobile port, so for phone and tablet, some of the games, everything is sped up, like by the tiniest amount. And I assume that it's for compression reasons, but it is enough that if you know the game, it will drive you insane. It messes up the whole pacing of the first scene in Sam's room, and it makes me very upset.
Interesting. I remember that just from the old Scum System days at LucasArts, everything.
I'm pretty sure that won't
everything
work.
was at 12 frames a second, and then it was doubled, like you did double frames.
Yeah.
So it was running on some kind of essentially a film speed of 24 frames a second. But TV speed is 30 or 29 and something. And so I'm wondering if was it that much of a difference, or is it be explained by?
Yeah, I don't know.
We have hardware now that's running on TV speed, and we don't want to go back and rejigger all the animations to fit this new speed, so that just the whole game is going to run at 10% faster or whatever it is.
Here,
These
I
games
think
were
maybe
using
this
that
might help your
same
wheels.
engine. It was stripped down, but Ron made a deal to take it with him when he went to go
That's
start
good.
Among Us.
Now
Right.
to the back, huh? Ooh, yeah! Yahoo! Whoopee! I'm king of the tracks again, thanks to you, kid. Hey, what'd you say your name was?
Sam,
Well, listen, Sam, the king owes you big time. Anytime you need a ride
king.
through the mines, the king will take you.
There was another stream that you may have seen. Now, preface, I think chatbots are evil, but this was a little early in that, and this person programmed a chatbot to be Sam to try and see if it could beat the game. And it is very funny purely because the AI cannot do it. It's bad and it keeps hallucinating things. Like it was making up names for darkness. It called auto exo jump lore. Like it was just making up complete nonsense.
Yeah.
And but the thing that of course irritated me a lot was that both the streamer and the bot and thus everyone were referring to King as Mud, and I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my son got confused by that slightly too. But see, there's, that's a great thing because, people are trying to use these AI chatbot things to do all kinds of stuff that they have no business doing. But that actually sounds like good entertainment right there.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. No, I'll send you that too. There's like a cut down version of that stream. It's quite funny.
Oh, there's another timing puzzle in here, isn't there? Like you have a...
Yeah, going around the mines in general, I know there's a bunch of different paths, and you got to be quick for it.
what do you know?
How did
Another
that strike
stop.
you when you were 2 years old trying to get through
Too
stuff?
hard. I needed help for that until I was a bit older.
Yeah. That is why the recommended age is 5 to 8.
Yeah, well,
Your parents just figured you were a precocious kid. And were like,
yeah.
yeah, you
Hey,
can.
Jane, what's this thing?
Well, that's a water meter.
It says 844. That looks like one of my Big Brother Mark's socks. Smells like one too.
Big Brother Mark. I was trying to remember. I had to look it up. What the name of his big brother was.
I
Remember
love
what
all
the
the
inspiration
throwaway,
was there.
all the throwaway lines of his big brother.
There's some good stuff with the Door of Knowledge.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Like the running joke of there's a bunch of animal questions that you can all pick my big brother Mark as one of the answers. Amazing.
All right, that's fun. Hey, look at that. Wow, this
part
must
always
be
cracks me up, too.
gold. Hey, I found a sock back there.
Because he strings together like 3 dialogues in a row if you pick up a sock, so it sounds like a very excited, it's very excited kid,
Yeah.
like, whoa, that was cool, whoa, gold, I got a sock.
Yeah.
Delightful.
The juxtaposition of, oh my God, here's a huge seam of gold, and hey, one of my socks,
Yeah.
and those having like the same energy is good.
Oh, we got a triple.
What? Those are right. What the? Those aren't different. They're all supposed to be different. What's going on with your socks? Is this another bug in the Steam version?
I forgot it broke here. I was
I
gonna
warned
use
you
it
to be
on
careful.
auto.
Yeah, but look at all this
I
gold.
don't think I get the
got.
hammer in this
Oh,
run
yeah.
You're
through.
fabulously rich. How about sharing the wealth a little?
Yeah.
Say, let me have a small piece. Huh?
Just gonna have to play the game again.
Deal.
Me? No.
It's just some kind of a line about not wanting to hurt him or having to
Yeah.
be very nice or something. It's not a big deal, but it is covered. Can we break for 5?
Oh, totally, absolutely. I
Get
forgot
someone
to
to
start
do
the
that.
recording back.
No. Oh,
It's
no.
okay, we didn't
missed
miss
the
too
fun
much.
stuff.
Okay, hang
Missed
on.
fun stuff.
Okay, so hello everyone at home. I forgot to restart the recording after our break. You didn't miss too much. You missed my cat meowing, and then if you could tell us once again about
No,
what you
wait.
just told me.
Okay, you did miss some really important, like,
Oh.
high wisdom that I was laying down. I'm
Oh,
not sure
yes.
what it was anymore, so it's just gone for forever.
Oh no!
But
Well, you were telling,
so
retracing
go
my
ahead.
steps. You were telling, we were talking about the puzzle, because we did this puzzle off camera, the one with the rocks.
Right, we did.
Yes, and
We
were
did
talking
we
about-
did talk about that puzzle and how it was questionable because it did require you to take an action and watch it not succeed and
Yes.
then take that same action again and succeed, which is kind of difficult, especially for kids sometimes.
Right.
So there was some conversation about that, and then you went into the kitchen and I was
Yes.
explaining
Yes,
about
and
the
then
original goals for that. And thank goodness you caught that early because this is important knowledge
Oh,
for
yeah.
people to have. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
see how people are going to live without this. So what I was saying was that the original version of this scene was much more. It was written more ambitiously and unrealistically on my part. And what I had asked for was a song that was going continuously in the room. So what you would be hearing right now wouldn't be just the background track. There would be the different appliances and things would each be singing parts that sort of came in turn. And the song would loop around eventually. And there was a great big rousing number about how they were making soup for darkness. And things they would be singing about chopping up vegetables, and I think a chicken popped up out of the soup at one point, sang a
so
line.
I think that all the lines are probably still there.
Some of the lines are still there. So the further idea was that Sam would have to break into this song anytime you clicked on anything in order to participate in the scene, like in order to not break the song. So he would wait for a beat and then sing, sort of. It was, Sam sings but not really would be like the line direction. But he would do a rhyming couplet that would fit in with the beat structure of the song. And it would be whatever his interaction was normally going to be. And a lot of that actually still stands, but what didn't happen because it was an unrealistic ask was for them to modify the sound engine so that they could keep track of all that stuff and actually interject him at the right moment. So instead, it's just when you click on things, they sing their proper, either a line that was part of the song or some new set of lines that fits better if you're not trying to fit into a continuum of a song. And it's still a good scene, but in the eventual writer's cut of this game, I'm gonna get somebody to change that engine so
That'd
it
be
can
so cool. Yeah, I'd love to see.
realized in full.
Yeah. No, any of those ideas like that are like, oh, we wanted to do this. Definitely mention those because those are always so fun.
That's like the biggest one of my entire career. Oh, I really wanted to see that, but
Someday.
Chunks of food for darkness' stew. Turn my crank and watch me spew.
Now, I know the chicken is voiced by Leah Varr, who did Ink and Paint, because she told me on Facebook. Hi, Leah. Thank you. Appreciate you. And that was previously the only trivia I knew about this scene, so that's... And this is clicking on the shelf up there. This is the one I hadn't seen before, and I figured out like on stream, and I was like, oh, there's more lyrics to the song.
yeah, I don't even remember that.
Weirdly.
That is very, it's hidden. You wouldn't normally think to click on that shelf. It's nothing. It's just a bare.
Oh. This is another problem with the Steam version, and unfortunately, oh no.
This is glitched out the animations, and now what's gonna happen?
It's stuck. We're ruined. The ship is sinking.
Uh-oh.
They're just gonna sing about the.
Thank goodness we got
forever.
talking about this scene.
The great news is the escape button, and thus we will start over, but skip forward to where we were in the story. But like fast so that it won't be.
Is it gonna have saved the progress at least? So
Nope.
we'll know where you are.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, but that's why I have a plan.
Deep in the bowels of an old power plant.
Speedrun. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, different playthrough. Interesting. Okay. Right, so we can't get through here this time.
I guess I'm good. Thank you.
Not yet, but the lunchbox is right there.
I know.
Astute people are gonna notice it's in a different place than we saw before.
No, it's okay. I'm leaving that part in. Everyone should know of my mistakes. Okay, so yeah, this is the one. Yes, okay. So I really do like this puzzle, so I'm glad that we ended up here by accident, because I love the, this one has so many stages, because, you can't even get up here without the oars,
I bet
which you have to get
from
from
yes,
Darkness's
true.
house.
sticker bushes.
The music down here is
The
so
current
moody.
is too strong. I can't get this up there by myself.
Yeah, there's a lot of grunt work for the writer in this thing, because there are some pieces and they all gotta be put to sort of understand what the problem is at each stage. It's not the funnest part of the writing, but it is important.
We're almost caught up. Let's go see King.
Match up these socks.
Oh,
Looks like I need to find a
I
total
forgot to
of
even write this in my my notes to ask you, but I was talking to Derek McCoggan at one point, because this one video on TikTok blew up of an animatronic of Sam, that was for a dark ride that was conceived of and was never didn't get very far. Do you know anything about that?
Don't, but I did see that. That popped up on a Slack that Ron and I are on, and he didn't seem to know anything about it either. So
I
it
wonder if
sounds
it's
like
a fake.
somebody, well, probably not, because, well, it could be.
Well,
Actually.
Derek remembered something about it.
50-50.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the intellectual property has changed hands a couple of times, and so it's easily possible that somebody was proposing something to somebody else that we the original creative team just probably never went into that.
Yeah, fair enough. It would make such a cool dark ride, though.
Bye-bye now.
With the 3 distinct areas to explore, like it feels like it does follow park design in a way. Like, you know how the what's it called when the Imagineers have a thingy at the end of the road, like the castle in Magic Kingdom, where all the perspective points to it.
I have no idea what that's called. But
yeah, it's called something. But that's a thing, and the visual design in this game follows that in a very cool way. All right, we probably shouldn't click on too much in the kitchen.
Alright, we've already talked about the kitchen.
As much as I would love to click on everything, I'm not going to because I am
Free those carrots
afraid.
and get out of there.
Yeah, we're gonna do the plot.
Please, won't you open
Almost
the
your
door since
idea.
I have another victim.
What?
Yeah.
I surrender, not ever. Oh wait, now I see. You now have captured that troublesome carrot eater guy. I'll open up my door so you can put that rogue inside my drawer.
Oh no, our orange leader was caught.
Our fight for our freedom or not, we are diminished.
Completely finished.
Hey guys, don't you see he's with me and you're free to go?
Free!
Yes, free.
Free!
Uh-huh.
Really free! Free!
Yeah,
Free!
yeah,
Free!
sure.
Free!
Whoopee! All right.
So for Pajama Sam the musical, that will be the big, I'm sure, the 12 o'clock number right before the intermission. You know, full
I almost
cast,
forgot this, but
dressed
you've
up
earned
as
it. You
food
have taken
and
the tide and
appliances.
turned it.
Beauty
Yeah.
and the Beast
You may
style.
take this mask and wear it.
One of
A
the
gift of
good
gratitude
things
from this
about
era.
Humongous and working with those guys is that
Hooray,
they
I
like this is
finally
the
have my mask. 2 more things
This is
and
a
I
lot.
finish my task.
as a payoff for a puzzle. Like that's a lot of work they just put in, like
Oh,
animating
yeah.
all that stuff and making the music and all that stuff. But you know, it's the end of one of your 3 main puzzle paths, and so you kind of you want the big
Exactly.
payoff, and they understood that and were always willing to like, we're not skipping, not skipping on that.
I know this one is in the puzzle now since we have the mask. For those unfamiliar, sometimes it ends up in under the chair, but I love this scene too.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting scene. It's not one you would see in any other. Requires living furniture and some other stuff.
Whoa, what happened?
Oh, this was an issue with this scene though. If you look over by the lamp, it's got sunglasses, and they look just like your mask. So that has
They do.
definitely thrown people, including my own son, was like, "I'm trying to get this over." I'm like,
That makes
"No,
sense.
don't try and
Yeah.
get that. It's not the thing you need." But
Yeah. No, they probably should have been like red or something.
Maybe I should turn on the music again. Well, I guess that's not gonna work.
All right.
yeah, it's sort of an unmotivated action when the mask isn't pinned under the couch.
Yeah. It's fun though.
It's like, I guess that's not going to work. Like, well, what are you trying to do exactly? I should have written some coverage for you're not actually, but you still do these things. It should probably at least not say that didn't work thing.
Well, I mean, I think it makes sense to an extent because it's like if he's trying to talk to the people in the room and they're ignoring him, and he's like, well, they were, they like had faces when the music was on, so it still makes sense. I think even with the
Yeah,
Hi!
it's a solid point.
Hello, and welcome to The Brain Tickler, the game where you get to show how smart you really are.
This is like another section, I think, where any other game company might have insisted, like, we don't want to have 2 characters here. Let's just budget for 1 and only record 1
His
voice.
interests
The
include
scene just works way
skydiving,
better with
channeling
2
ancient
characters
spirits,
playing off
and
each other.
stamp collecting.
Step
right over here, script
Sam, and select
for
your
this
first category.
Our
part, and where they
categories today
introduce
are
themselves.
Worm,
I have a note
World
in,
Leaders,
like, there's a real
Cooking,
game show host
and
called
the
Wink,
Land of Darkness.
and I was just remembering back to, we got in trouble with Charles Atlas for mentioning him in The Secret of Monkey Island, so I was like, if there is a legal problem with Wink, change this one
All
to
right,
Link.
you
So,
can choose now.
almost could have been Link.
well, it made it in. All right, let's see.
Let me try
are sort of fun
worms,
to do.
please.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I like to get them
Here
wrong a
is
couple
your
times just to
question.
see the
Which
other
worm
questions.
is a favorite food among mammals, birds, reptiles, and carnivorous invertebrates?
Oh, and another thing I love
The
about these
bookworm.
is that
I don't think so.
sometimes
the answer
I
we
like
were
the ones
looking
that are
for
like if
is
it's technically
the
correct or like
mealworm.
could be considered correct, how it still is.
But don't worry, there are
Right,
plenty of
it
questions
lets you
left.
have it.
So you
Yeah.
can
Like, okay,
try
I'll give you
again.
that one.
That's right. So go ahead and pick a
Yeah,
category.
this is one of the only parts of the game where you're required to read actual words.
Worms.
Well, I
Let
do
me try
know that
worms.
like if you
All
hover
right.
over, he reads you
Here
everything,
is
which
your
I
question.
always
How many
He
heads does
does,
a
he
worm
does,
have?
which is a good accessibility thing.
Yeah.
How many heads
I know
does
for
a
a fact
worm
that
have? How many
you
heads
can
does a
do
worm
that
have?
too on the iPad version,
Mm-hmm.
but it's harder because your inclination is just to tap
To
on
click
the thing,
it, yeah.
and then it just picks it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're so you have to like put your finger somewhere else and kind of drag it over each one, and then it will do the thing. But it's just a little tricky. It would have been
What do I
better
care?
to do this without words.
That's
but I
right.
don't know how to do a trivia
worm
contest
is a
without
worm,
putting any
no
words.
matter if it has a head or not.
What do I care was the correct answer. Love it.
Yeah.
That's one category down and 3 to go.
Sometimes that
You're
is the right
doing
answer
well.
in life.
Go ahead and choose another category.
Let me try world leaders.
All right, here is your
Put it here.
question. What did the young King Francois II say when his advisors asked what to do about poverty in
It
France?
was this. Okay, so
What
this
did the young
question,
King Francois II say
like,
when his advisors asked
I
what
had
to
this
do
in
about
my
poverty
in my memory as a thing that happened at LucasArts. It was for this very question. I called up a research librarian at the University of California at Berkeley, and because I needed a king who was famous but young. When he was king, in order for this question to work, and so I just called him up and I was like, I need an answer to this question, and they were so nice. Research librarians love when you call them on the phone and ask them weird questions because they're like, you know, I'm just the research librarian here, and that's exactly what I like to do. So, you know, I'll call you back in an hour, and then they went off and came back and gave me a bunch of information, including probably what you
Please
want.
choose an
Francois
answer.
II.
That's great.
That's too hard. I'm just a kid.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Although, of course,
Now you
he
just
said
look
it
that stuff
in
up on the
French.
internet and probably get the wrong answer.
I'll try cooking, please.
All right, here is your question. What is the name for a cooking device which uses microwaves to heat food?
Straightforward question. Let's get it wrong.
Mr. Kitchen.
No, I don't think so. We were looking for microwave oven.
Well, Mr.
But
Kitchen
don't
is a
worry,
perfectly
there are
reasonable
plenty of
name for a
questions left,
microwave
so
oven.
you can try again.
That's right.
Especially in
So go
Darkness's
ahead
house.
and pick a category.
I'll try
Mr.
cooking, please.
Kitchen,
All
make
right,
your
here is your
popcorn.
question. What color is chocolate?
Oh yeah, there you go. So that one has two right answers.
White.
Yes, that is correct. Chocolate is sometimes white.
You're really on a roll now.
Are you ready for your
I like the
final
game show music
category?
that they did for this.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take the land.
No, there's not
of
one bad song in this game. It's
All
great.
right, here is your question. What is the reading on the water meter located in the mines near Darkness's house?
Gee, I don't think I've ever been over there.
But hey, you
That
can
was
always go have a
before
look,
the game
right?
crashed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Gotta go
So
back.
go ahead and
We
pick a
have to go
category.
back. Let's go. So if you had made another Pajama Sam game, if someone came to you and said, "Here's $1 billion, here's you gotta make another Pajama Sam game though," what would your idea be?
Oh, I'm not sure I can talk about that because
That's
we
fair.
actually we explored that idea at one point, and I suppose it could. It's probably not going to happen. It's one of those things that could happen, and I don't want to, spill the beans on it.
Hey, Jen, what's this thing?
enough.
There are 2 ideas
It says
floating in the wind, so there
378.
could be as many as 2 more Pajama Sam games someday if Ron and I don't get too old first.
That'd be so cool.
It did get tricky at the end. It was because fear was such a sort of a central thing for both this game and the one after about Thunder and Lightning.
Right.
We were even sort of hard up when we got to the 3rd one. It was like, well, what do we do next? And we ultimately decided, like, okay, well, let's not do fear this time. Let's just do, nutrition, eating right, food pyramid kind of stuff. And that was another fun topic to do.
On the water meter,
Now we test my
located in
short-term
the
memory.
mines
I think it
near
was
Darkness's
378
house.
though.
I wasn't paying attention, so I'm still remembering
Absolutely
844.
right.
Oh, it's alright,
You've
yeah.
done your homework.
I always remember, like, probably the first time I ever played it, it was
Correctly answered
953.
questions from all
and,
4 categories.
That
makes
glued
you
itself into
the
my
new
brain.
Tickler
So-
Grand Champion.
It's funny how you can remember just random stuff like I was in a car with my cousins
Sam.
one time when I was about 10 years old,
Dom Perignon!
and then other cars were passing
Wait,
by,
yes,
and we started making a little song out of some of the license plate numbers. And I still remember to this day the 3 license plate numbers from
That's
that
great.
song. And once in a while, I'll call up my cousins and tell them, "Hey, remember this?" Yeah. Now there's apartment 3G, where I lived actually. I remember, like, apartment 3G was the name of a comic strip in the days that ran next to like Dick Tracy and stuff. But then for a little while, when I was first working at LucasArts, I lived in an apartment in Berkeley, and it was apartment G on the 3rd floor. So
Nice.
it did not literally have a 3G on the door, but that is a reference to my apartment.
Nice. I was trying to see if he would read the 3G.
The doorknob came off. I didn't do it. I barely touched it.
One of the only times you see Sam do something even remotely dishonest.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess he's still a real kid.
A visitor.
Well.
Is
You don't
there-
get many visitors round here. How do you do?
Pretty
In
well.
that hallway that you just came out
About
of,
all of you.
We're fine. Thank you for asking.
did I
I'm
just
not-
miss it?
in
Do
fact, I'm
people
downright
ever run
downbeat.
Oh,
in and out of the
how come?
doors?
Because
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I ain't got nobody.
I do love this Beethoven. He delights me.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, if I click around on the doors, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the Beatles come out.
Sorry.
Oh, you
No
just have to
admitting.
click on the doors.
Yeah.
Gravity experiment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Beatles show up from one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, there they
Yellow
are. there.
Submarine,
Good,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, because there's a script. There's a cast list, which is useful for like recording and stuff like that. And it ends with cast of 1,000, and it says walk-ons, including the Beatles, a bunch of little green men, and a giant lobster, just to name a few. So it's
No, this is definitely an example of one where, like, an entrance point is hidden, like you were talking about before.
oh yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah, because
that
I
still
didn't...
confuse me to this day.
Yeah, like, this one confused me as a kid, and I really thought I was stuck for a bit. Did you write all the Beethoven songs that he's got?
Hey, hey,
Probably.
check it out.
Let's see.
I'd swing my arms if I had any arms. My arms rest away. I'm nodding my head 'cause I have a head. Moving ahead today. This symphony is not by me.
You're singing "I Ain't Got No Body."
Beethoven's rolling in his grave.
I'm just trying to find these. Look for the grave. No, looks like somebody
quite a
else
few
wrote
of
some of
these,
those.
Have you ever tangled with a monkey?
No, that's somebody else.
Nice view from up
Maybe
here.
one of the
careful now.
composers. Another one that was definitely not so obvious to me as a kid, climbing up.
Right.
Since
yeah,
Sim doesn't do
it's
too
there.
many, like, walk around the environment things, like you said. Unlike if it were like I don't know, another game where he's like walking and jumping on things, then you'd be jumping on everything.
Be careful now. You might break something.
I think I need to swing higher.
Oh yeah, and then this is hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now. I feel like it was harder, maybe old hardware or something, because I remember finding it very hard to click fast. Maybe it was just being young. Hard to tell. Why didn't he get it?
Well, you've got to click like
careful
in
now.
rhythm, right?
Yeah.
So if you click too fast, that was
You might break
what my
something.
son was having difficulty was. He was like, I'm tapping,
Just need to swing
and he's
higher.
not going any higher. And like, you got to tap only when he's heading that way, and then
I need to keep swinging. Swinging.
Now it gets embarrassing because this puzzle I've never
I
had
need
trouble
to
with
keep swinging.
messing it up.
I need to keep swinging.
imagine some poor young child having difficulty with that. Oh,
There's evidence on my channel that I don't normally have problems with this, okay?
I need to keep swinging.
well, are you getting if you're getting any kind of like visual lag from the complicated recording setup,
Oh, maybe.
then it might be screwing up the timing.
Yes. Goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Oh, right, there's more of this.
Yeah, more doors. Although, yeah, a lot of them you can't click on. I like the clock challenge with the different gears that shows up sometimes. Does he have a name? No, he's Grandfather Clock, right? He's just Grandfather.
I don't think the clock has a name yet.
The Book of Clues. When seeking
Those
answers,
candles
use
do.
your head.
Yes,
You must
I
push
have
only
something written
red.
about the candles because I know that there is a rumor
Whoa, that looks like
that
a
they
secret
are
door. I
Ron
don't see
Gilbert
any way
and
to
two
open
others,
it.
but it does not specify, this rumor, who they are. Oh, and the Jabberwocky is in here too, which I appreciate that.
Jabberwocky.
Yes, beware the jump bird and shun the frumious bandersnatch.
I expect that people think those are Ron Gilbert and two others just because one of them's grumpy.
Yes, I believe so. Can you clear up this, what I believe is the only Pajama Sam rumor?
Well, I don't think that that they're visually patterned after they don't look enough like anybody that I think that would be a deliberate thing on the part of the artist. And they certainly aren't written that way in the script.
Aha! You heard it here, folks.
In the script, they are called Jerry, Dan, and Roger.
Jerry, Dan, and Roger.
Roger is the grumpy one.
That makes
who always
sense. Yeah,
says something grumpy,
Jerry,
and
Dan,
Jerry
and
is
Roger.
yeah.
Well, here we
So-
are. Burning. I feel lightheaded. What you're feeling is the satisfaction of the fulfillment of your role in the universe.
I know there's quite a popular video that is someone attempting to go through every single one of these dialogue permutations, and it's like a
That's
20-minute
tricky,
video.
yeah. Because challenge of that was, let's see if you can click on any one of them, and he just talks next based on whatever was going on, and then eventually somebody wraps it up and then start it over again. That was I was just I was getting interested in different kinds of structures and forms for doing interactive dialogue, and that was one that was was going to be really freeform. And I just wanted to. This is a nice little constrained environment to try it out in.
No, this scene in particular, I know gets a lot of very well-deserved praise and talk about.
Well, here we are.
And again, it's pointless. There's just no reason for it at all, but it's fun.
You're burning up wax for brains. We all are.
And the Sam's little dance. here we are, burning, is it's my little mantra to myself when things are very terrible in the world.
Oh yeah, you
just
pull that out.
like, oh well, here we are, burning.
It needs the visuals from that everything is fine meme. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Just we'll superimpose the candle on there. And just...
Well, here we are.
Wow, this is like a secret mad scientist lab or something.
And we won't spend a lot of time here because we don't need this one for the plot, and I know we're going a little over on time.
This is also me putting to use my arcane knowledge that you can rhyme orange with door hinge.
It's
sort of.
I remember using it as a reference because I had a teacher try to tell me that nothing rhymed with orange.
Nothing.
But how can he understand if he understands
You're right to disagree.
Ah, you begin to understand.
He's so menacing. He's so menacing. As he's just like, oh yeah, here's some Socrates, kids. Like it's great.
Well, here's some Socrates, kids. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's
great.
good. I'm gonna use that at Halloween every door now.
Here's some Socrates.
Here's some Socrates, kids.
Blah.
And some candy. Here, take that.
But this button
Is that the
does.
chair? You break its leg in some of the playthroughs. You stand on it and it
Hey,
breaks
look
it.
at that, would you?
There's something in the script
Yeah.
about you talk to a chair and it says the chair doesn't seem to even be upset with Sam for breaking its leg.
Yeah. I don't remember why. I feel like you had because you have to
Madame
move it
Mog
around
in the attic with the cobwebs.
as it's doing Clue in its mind.
Mr. Burnt Umber in the fireplace with the number 2 pencil.
Actually, it's funny. I see it now. Oh, look at that behind the glass. That's nice. The cyclical thinking, like you were saying with the wishing well, where this character is
Major Magenta in the laundry room with the gold nugget.
just LARPing Clue in their mind.
Major Magenta in the laundry room with the lint trap.
But I know that
Major
for something you
Magenta
have to
in
get
the
something at the
laundry
top.
room
I'm
with the
pointing like you can
detergent.
see my hand. At the top of this, yeah.
Yeah, is it that brain or is it something that's? I think there's something next to
Different,
it.
yeah, it's a different playthrough.
And I think about walking or driving a car or riding a bike, and I think and I float because I'm just a brain in a jar.
Now that one is me.
Yeah, that felt like I was gonna say I'd put money on that one's you.
Yeah.
Which actually, it's funny. I had written on my thingy another one of So I mentioned your website before. It's very clear that you have an interest in psychology. Like how much, in what ways did that influence the game in general?
Oh, I don't know. I certainly did study it a little bit. And
Howdy,
I'm
Sam.
related to
Hi,
a bunch of
Jane.
psychiatrists, so it's not like there's not things floating around in the air. But it's just a sort of a general writerly. You have to be interested in characters and what they're thinking about and why they're thinking about it. It's just
Yeah, fair enough.
part of the exploration there.
And another
Bye-bye now.
another one from a friend. My friend Jade says that Pajama Sam really helped her out with fear and anxiety and like just sensitivity in general. Yeah. Did you feel the emotional impact of that while you were writing it, or that would be like a big? Or rather, let me rephrase the question. Did you feel as you were writing it like, oh yeah, no, like this is gonna help kids, like this is actually gonna be?
Well, that was part of the idea. Yeah, was to just have a story about facing fears and finding them to, and in particular, fear of the dark. You don't ever know if these things are going to work, right? You just sort of do your best and sort of try to put something underneath it to make it feel real, and maybe people will take it to heart. But it's not until
There you
somebody
go.
comes up to you in an elevator and this game helped me in some way. That you know that
All right, you're clear.
did that part
Go
of your
on
job
across.
well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm happy to hear that it did do someone some good.
Did its job, yeah.
Yeah, it does hold together, in particular, it's, because there are multiple paths for things. It's hard to kind of keep it all cohesive. And a thing that I do remember from the
Pajama Sam
summits that we would have where we were putting together the structure for all these games is that at that time I was able to, while we were fleshing out, hold all of the current thinking in my head at once. I could actually, I had developed the muscle, I guess, big enough where I would be like, we would talk about some puzzle. What about this other puzzle, this other part of the game? We said we were going to do this, and then this happens, and this happens. Is that going to cause a problem, or connect these things up like this? And I really can't do that anymore. I need way more stuff written down on paper. I need diagrams.
A lot of sticky notes, I assume, in the map, the flow charts of everything.
This is my.
Yeah.
I've got some sticky notes back there on a whiteboard, which is my general process. I sometimes use the window that's directly in front of me.
Oh, you're like John
too.
Nash, writing your formulas.
Yeah, I'm just putting sticky notes on there because I don't want to have to clean the window later. But yeah, kind of like that.
No, that's what we did in game dev class.
These hinges look kind of rusty. I better oil them.
Yeah, colored sticky notes are the greatest game design tool ever.
That did the trick.
It is true. You know what's interesting? Wait, is the light on? It is.
My flashlight.
If I were to make one like change here, I would make it so that this little window is glowing or has like the light, because there's no indication that the flashlight is in there from the outside, because it looks the same whether the flashlight's there or not. But since the flashlight's on, it'd be good if it like kind of
in that view and not the other.
Yeah, if it had like a kind of ambient glow through the window, and it's just like, oh, it's yellow in there.
Now, did you have to do anything to get in there? Did you have to put the...
Oh yeah, I did.
I can't reach it from
while
here.
we were talking, I put the doorknob on, and I used the oil can on. The oil can.
Okay, you had to do two things. Yeah,
this one does
then you're
multiple.
right. There should be a indicator that there's something interesting there that you want. Give you the motivation to
Now
do
I
all
just
that
have
stuff.
to get my signature edition all-metal Pajama Man lunchbox, and I'll be all set.
I like that he gets tangled up in his cape in
Okay,
that.
darkness, watch out!
And then he's got the different lines depending on how close he is to his goal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's just a few of those.
Thank you again for your time. I didn't expect it to take this long, but much appreciated.
It takes a while to play through one of these things,
No, it's
especially if you're talking about stuff like it.
It's fair.
I don't want to wear the batteries out.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I need the mask so I can turn into Pajama Sam and capture darkness.
I couldn't remember if it let you take him out and try to use him on things.
Here, maybe these will help with the strong current in that stream.
Yeah. That was too much. Oh man, I would love to. You can put the mask on whenever you want, but wow, that's a lot of art when you're doing everything.
Yeah, you'd have to redo
Otto,
everything, but
do you
it'd be
think
cool.
you could get us over by the bucket now?
Yeah. Not cool enough to make it worth it.
Like
That's
cut
always
changing
the
his
deciding
colors.
factor.
Yeah. Another question from a friend.
My lunchbox.
What do you think
Why
adult
call it that when
Pajama
you
Sam
can't
would be
eat
like
it?
today?
I beg your pardon?
Well, it seems very silly to call it a lunchbox
Adult
when you wouldn't
Pajama
dream of
Sam.
having it for lunch.
Oh wow.
Ah,
I like to
too
hope
true.
that his spirit is indomitable and he has not been crushed by the world into a cynical version of his young self. So I think he's still helping people and still maintaining a positive attitude all the time.
That's cool.
And he's still losing his socks.
That makes sense.
What kind of a job would Sam have? Gross up. He probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Teacher, maybe?
Oh, maybe. Manager of a grocery store. Like that, it's like a Sort of lots of sort of people forward interaction.
Yeah, no, he'd be good at customer service. It wouldn't
I
wear him
I
down.
don't see him at a computer all day.
Yeah. Well, that's
Type.
fair. Alright, now this is another one you might not be able to answer, depending, but it's another like more generalized humongous one. If Humongous were to make another game, like were there any other characters or titles that were thought of and just thought, we'll do it later, or we can't do it?
No, that would be a Ron Gilbert question, if anything.
Fair enough.
He would know if they were working on anything, although by the end he was not.
How about not right away?
You know, they sold the company and didn't have that much control anymore. I will say that early on, there was a so right after I left LucasArts and freelance, Ron and I were having some conversations. We collaborated on a few designs that were intended for a grown-up arm of Humongous that eventually became Cave Dog, and they released some non-adventure game things. And we did these 2 games, and part of the concept was we'll have actors. There'll be like a set of characters who recur in different games, but they're playing different parts in those games. So it's like the old studio where it's like, oh, I recognize that guy because he played the sheriff in another game. So Bobo and Fletcher were the 2 central guys. It was a guy and a gorilla. Bobo was the guy, of course, and Fletcher was the gorilla because Ron likes things like that. And we did a Western, and I think another story that took place in the jungle, and we actually did fairly fleshed out designs, scripts for both of them that are somewhere, but those games were never made, but which I think was that was the gist of your question. So not for the kids secrets, really, but they were for grown-ups. That was one where the Western was one where I experimented, I think for the first time, with character really needs to have a gun. Just because it's a Western and everybody has a Western.
Wait, I mean, in Sam and Max, they've got the gun.
This was my practice for Sam and Max.
Oh, this was before, okay.
It was before, yeah. So, I guess it wasn't before LucasArts Sam and Max, but I didn't work on that one. And I'm not sure there's a solution on that one. Was the greatest. So the problem with the gun is it's too powerful, right? You can use it anywhere, and it should be able to solve basically any problem that involves a person. Just you got a person, you say, "Give me all your money" or whatever, whatever you need. And that's not much fun in an adventure game, at least. So it was again a right where you have a gun, but basically everybody in town is either stronger than you. There's always some reason why your gun is not helping you to solve anything, and it becomes kind of a joke to just try and use it everywhere and see what the responses are.
That's great.
I deserve to read half of the question. It's just because I have a better... Oh, shh. It's the grand champion.
Oh, man. A little drama between those guys.
Good evening, Mr. Grand Champion.
Hi.
And now I do love the parallel of Sam's room and Darkness's room being almost the same.
All right. I'm ready.
That's his context for a bedroom.
Darkness!
That's true. I didn't even think about it like that. I was thinking that it was more of like this person you're afraid of is just like you, but it's like, no, that's what he thinks a bedroom is like, because that's his room.
Well, it's kind of both of those.
Yeah. No, it's nice. I want this room, though. This skylight.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, this room's good. I didn't see Darkness's room is a bit neater until that moment.
Yeah. A lot of the sound effects are from the Hanna-Barbera sound library.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, which is, I found that out by watching Adventure Time. And then, you know the Leo DiCaprio meme where he's like at the TV? That was me going, that sound is in Pajama Sam. So I'm very normal about this game, as you've noticed.
Yeah, sure.
No, not that one.
You probably recognize the Wilhelm scream when you hear it too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
That always cracks me up.
This is a good puzzle too. How like all the keys falling out.
Oh, the keys are down. You have to go back and.
Yeah,
but it's tricky because it's one of those things like that doesn't really happen other places in the game. So you have to come up with a new idea.
Now I'm ready to go into Darkness's closet and capture him.
A good little final thing. Similar to what you said about the Rocks challenge, where it's like you do something and it doesn't work, and then you got to do it again.
Watch out, Darkness.
Okay, so I guess there is context, sort of, because that is sort of the same thing, isn't it? If there's one mother puzzle like that in the game, then it's okay. I think as long as you do it 3 times.
Yeah.
It is I, Pajama Sam.
What I tell you 3 times is true. And it holds for puzzles as well.
I'm gonna capture you and lock you in my signature edition all-metal Pajama Man lunchbox.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound like fun at all. Why would you want to put me in a box?
So I won't have to be scared of you anymore?
You're scared. I'm the one who's going to be stuck in the box. Oh dear, no one ever wants to come over and play fun games with me.
You like to play games?
Yes, but I never have anyone to play with. At night, when I come out, everybody's asleep.
You mean you don't have any friends?
Well, no.
I like to play games.
Really? Do you like to play cheese and crackers?
I don't know that one.
Oh, I can show you. First, we need some crackers and some tasty cheese.
So of course there's, and you know this, there's different dialogue if you have played this game in the thing. They do the little call and response thing with each other.
Another graphical glitch here. The board is missing in the wide shot for some reason.
I like this game.
It's in shadow?
My mom might
they
get
need me on
worried.
QA for these things.
Maybe we can play some more tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe you get to retroactive, like, bug bounty or something.
Sam, are you all right in there?
Fine, Mom. Good night.
Good night, dear.
Good night, Darkness.
Good night, Darkness.
In the script it says, a shadowy eye winks.
A shadowy eye.
The end. Yep.
Yeah, how did you imagine Darkness in the beginning? We're almost done, promise.
How did I imagine darkness? I don't remember.
There's one piece of concept art when he was still Pumpkinhead Boy, where Sam is stood in front of a portcullis that never appears, and the portcullis has almost fangs. And it made me wonder if Darkness was originally conceived to be some kind of vampire, which would fit into the almost Halloween-y vibe of the early talks.
Maybe, but that would have been pretty early, because I think pretty quickly it would have come up that, like, we don't actually want him to be scary in any way. That sort of one of these gentle giant types. So you know, it's someone you might mistake for menacing based on just on their size and the fact that he's made of darkness, but you know, it was in fact not a vampire and not bad in any way.
Hey, there you are.
There's my credit. That's all it says. Dialogue written by. Yeah, I get a better credit than the others, but.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm like, I know that you wrote the words that people are saying, but I didn't know when you came into it and like how much of the concept was used. So this is great to learn. It's wild. There's painfully little information about Humongous. The main sources of information are like I'm going to cut this
Oh,
part
right.
out of the actual video because I don't want more people coming in and bothering the devs. But everyone's very nice about answering questions and stuff, which I appreciate.
Look at all those people.
Yeah.
Army of people to make a game.
Yeah, anyone you want to shout out? Anyone that you remember fondly?
Well, I mean, Ron and Rhonda, certainly.
Yeah, I know you're still doing a lot of work with Ron.
On and off, yeah, yeah. And Rhonda was with us too, actually, on Richard.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. That's
Artist
awesome.
there. Brad Taylor there, the lead programmer, was a great guy who we all he was one of the people who came from LucasArts to start Humongous.
Right.
And I remember Rich Moe and Matt Mahan and Ed Poon and Tammy Borowick was there.
Yeah, yep.
So all the good folks there. I just think Tammy might have a credit on this, but she really wasn't doing anything significant during the planning phases. But she was behind all the Freddy Fish games.
Yes.
Got to and then she and I actually worked on some stuff later. She got Fisher Price for we did some things together. It's pretty fun.
I believe that she also drew some art for some of the Moody Blues fan magazine, Higher and Higher. If so, I have
Tammy
it in...
drew it all.
Yeah. Oh wait, maybe I'm mixing her up with someone.
Could be.
I think so. I think that's right.
Yeah.
I don't
and I
know.
saw Sandy Spangler's name was in there. I hooked up with her again at it was called Anki. It was a company that was making a little talking robot toy, and we worked together on that for a little while. Nice.
It was Rhonda who did the Higher and Higher art.
That I believe.
I'm bad with names. I'm very bad with names. I apologize to anyone whose name I got wrong in this video.
It's Dave Grossman.
Yes. That's all I got, though. So thank you so much for spending so much time talking about this with me. I really appreciate it.
I was worried that we wouldn't have enough to talk about to sort of cover the entire playthrough, but that turns out to have been. Thanks for having me, and
no, thank you for being here.
be
Yeah.
well.